This kid was killed for no apparent reason, unarmed, causing nobody no bodily harm. When will it stop? When will it stop? Mr. Joe Biden, if you're going to be our new president, we obviously know that Trump won't address this. When will it stop? Is there an agenda? Is there something that's going to stop the division in this country? Because there's obviously a racial disparity between black and brown and white. And it's very unfortunate because we came such a long way from slavery, from civil rights, but you're still seeing our kids innocently gunned down or punched in their face for sitting in front of their building, while others, meaning my white brothers and sisters, are able to catch suntans in West Village and get masks handed out to them in gloves. Now, this ain't about racial. This ain't about, I tell you, my best friends, I got some of my best friends on earth are white people. But this discrepancy between black and brown and how the police view us as animals has got to stop. I met the commissioner of New York City Police Department. He swore to me, he looked me in my eyes and he said, Joe, this would not happen no more. And it seems like it is getting out of control. Mr. Mayor de Blasio, your son is black as well. Speak up. My governor, who's one of the greatest governors in New York City history. I know you're trying to save everybody's lives from corona, and you're doing a tremendous job. And I love you, Governor. But you got to start talking to the local police department, because these guys are dealing with anger and they're taking their frustrations out on our kids. This is the big show, y'all. The Fat Joe Show. It's on and popping. Today I got a living legend, an icon, somebody incredible. Yo, Stack. What's up, Stack? Yo, Stack, you better tune into this show because I got somebody for you. I got somebody coming up that you're going to want to see. And you know what, Joe Crack? We do this to escape what's going on in the real world with coronavirus and all our people getting sick, all our people dying. I just try to give you like an hour and some change. An hour really, but sometimes it goes over. You know, with Angie, I didn't realize yesterday we did an hour and a half, but that was one of the greatest interviews I ever took part in. You know, I see you, Stat. Yo, Stat, wait 5 minutes. You're going to see who come up. And I invited this man to come up with us. And he's beyond a living legend, but I want to give him his flowers. I want to big him up. I want to let the people know what I think about him and how we feel about him. You know, and show him love like that. So it's going to be pretty amazing. It's going to be pretty amazing, you know. So the big show. We've been kicking their ass, guys. We've been kicking their ass. They nervous. We got them running. They running for shelter. They're running for shelter. We got them nervous, guys. You know, yo, Jack, it's like you. This is the part, it come to a time where it's commentating. I want to hear the hip-hop commentating by people who really did it. I'm being honest with you. I want to hear hip-hop commentating by people who really done it, who really created hits from the underground to the overground, who really performed for $100 a show or $100,000 a show. I want to hear from the people who really was out there on the ground. What's up, y'all? I'm trying to see my guy. You see what I'm saying, Stacks? So sometimes I look at some of these shows, and not just hip-hop, even sports, and these guys, they talk a good one, but they never was on the court, man. They never felt that Game 7. They never felt that butterflies in their stomach about to go perform in Summer Jam or go perform somewhere in the toughest club in the world where they got pit bulls as security. You know, I want to hear it. The people who walk through the fire, That's who I want to hear from. Hold up, let me see my man here. He might have did it the regular way. As you gotta look with me, cause shout out to the executive producer, my daughter, Azariah Malone Cartagena. And you gotta really be looking at. Come here, come help me, cause you know, this guy's so secretive. I don't even think he got an IG. He got an IG, but it's private. So look, let me tell you in the ear, cause I don't want to spoil you the surprise. Okay? So if you see it, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it. Shout out to my sister Angie Martinez for being on here yesterday and being so honest. Yesterday I learned so much. And you think somebody, no, he ain't there yet. So you think you know people. So certain people check all that. Certain people we know for 30 years, 20 years, 15 years, 10 years, and you've seen them on TV all the time, but you don't really know their story. So that's the purpose of me. When I interview guests, I try to get up in there and learn something new that I've never known, even though I'm a fan. Ma, bring me a soda. Know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, man. Fancy, what's up, Fancy? I'm trying to get to my guests.
I'm just telling you
Go up. I seen the young boy Edgar Balanga. He's going to be a future champion in boxing if he does it right. If he continues to train, if he continues to stay focused, he will be the champion of America. Now, the streets have spoiled greatness before. So I try to tell a kid all the time, stay away from the streets, because the streets will destroy you. Shout out to Fan Mio, our sponsor. These guys, if you want to talk to your favorite athletes, your favorite rappers, artists, whatever, you go FANMIO, make a request, and you talk to them one-on-one. Click back on. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yo.
Oh, the big show. Yo.
What up, my guy?
Hey, yo, listen. Everybody, America, global, the world, I want you to welcome Vince Sanity, Vince Carter, half man, half amazing.
What's up, man?
The greatest dunker of all time.
Stack, I see you.
20 years. Stack is on here. I told him, I ain't tell him who, but I told him to be on here. So Stack, I said, yo, Stack, I got somebody for you, Stack. And Stack like, all right, Joe. Vince Carter.
What up, man? Long time this, brother.
You do not get your props.
It's all good.
You do not get your props. And I know Corona happened, but I'm going to be honest with you. Before Corona went down, I really ain't like how the league was sending you off on your retirement. Now, I'm going to keep it real,
right,
Vince, because you're humble, and you're not going to say that. But I said to myself, we've had anybody you name on the show, thank God, I am Mike Tyson or this one or that one. We had everybody on here, right? And I said, I got to bring Vince Carter, the greatest dunker of all time, into this because I want to let him know that the people appreciate him. How many years? Over 20 years in the league,
22,
right?
22.
Oh, man, you got a check for 22 years, Vince Carter. I brought the smiley feet. Every day I bring a sneaker, but because we love you so much, I got the sneaker smiling for you.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, Vince, man, I got so much to talk to you about. I'm going to set it off with asking you, who's the GOAT? Who's the greatest of all time?
I got to go with MJ, man. First of all, it's no disrespect to the others. I grew up with Cole. We played ball together. Bron is Bron, and he's right there. I think he's on the pinnacle. And I've asked this question. I asked, matter of fact, Stack and Matt Barnes. I was on their show, and we talked about it. But I asked, what would it take for Bron to reach that pinnacle, to be the eclipse? I think MJ. And as of right now, I got to give it to MJ. I'm fortunate enough, Joe, because I played against all three of them. I played against MJ. I played with and against Cole, and obviously Bron. So, and you know what? I think all three of them are right there. It's just I'll break it down like this. I say MJ went there 6 times, and he won 6 times. Cole went there 7 times, if I'm not mistaken, and won 5. Bron has gone there 8 straight, 9 times total. So I think if he wins a championship or 2 in LA, that's 3 championships in 3 different organizations. That's when he starts kind of eclipsing some people, and he might become the greatest. So I say with LeBron, let's just wait until his career is over to see what it is. You know what I'm saying? Let's just wait for him. As far as the other 2, MJ right now, I still give it to him, but Cole was like, he's right there. If Cole kept playing, he might have been if he wanted to. Honestly, if he wanted.
I think Kobe tried, man. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. And Kobe Bryant is definitely top 3, and we all know who the top 3 are. Yeah. LeBron is my favorite player playing. I remember one time I posted up, LeBron went crazy. I posted up, I said, he might be the best. Stack hit me so fast, like, yo, you're going too fast. You speak, because I got hype, right? Yeah. But I love LeBron, Kobe as well, man. I mean,
and let me
Kobe
say,
he was besides Jordan, he was the second most clutch player I've ever seen
Agreed.
in the NBA.
Agreed.
Like, 2 seconds left, he's down 2.
And it's no fear. It's no fear. I mean, there's a lot of guys who have no fear, and there's a lot of guys who deliver, but like they've delivered. You know what I'm saying? And let me say, man, and this debate is always gonna come off like, if you're a Bron fan, you're gonna think like, when you say something not towards Bron, you're gonna feel like you hating, and that's just how it's gonna go. I mean, I understand that, and this is a debate that's gonna last forever, because like, as of right now, there's not many more people you could potentially put in this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, who else can you put
now? In? Right now, no, but in the future,
that's what I'm saying.
No.
As of right now, there's nobody else that right now.
It's the same 3. It's the same.
Not
nobody
right
even close.
Yeah. So
you got guys that got promise. You got guys that look like they could be, but they're not there yet. Like,
yeah, I mean,
I would not put Steph Curry in that conversation.
You've been around long enough, my man. How long does promise last? Like, they got promise, but like I said, for me, I like to say, let it all pan out. You know what I'm saying? They let them have a good.
Kobe. What was your relationship with Kobe like when you was on the Dream team?
Nah, we played in high school. We played AAU together. That's where we started.
Oh, I thought y'all started on the Dream team. Y'all started AAU in high school?
AAU. We played in high school. Me, him, and Tim Thomas.
Oh, man, I remember Tim Thomas. I love
Tim Thomas. I know you do. So the 3 of us played together. That's what we started. You know what I'm saying? So he was a dog. He had that mentality like we see now. Obviously, he just fine-tuned it, molded it into, what he wanted to be. He wanted to be one of the greatest. And he accomplished that goal of us being able to have this conversation. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
go ahead.
One of the legendary stories I always say is I was at Rip Hamilton's house, and Rip said that he grew up with Kobe, and Kobe went the year before him. So he called Kobe when he was going into the draft. He said, "Yo, what should I do? You got any advice?" And Kobe told him, "Yo, whatever team you go to, whoever the star is, every day in practice, bust their ass and let them know it's a new leader on the squad."
Dead ass. I mean, that was his mentality, bro. Like, the first game he came to our AAU team, he wasn't starting, but he came in the game and he played. His mentality was like, I'm the star. And we know Tim Thomas one of the best in his class coming out. I'm a year older than than both of them, really. You know, or maybe 2 years older than Tim. So he had no fear. Like it was cool competition, but we were beating people by 50 or 60 points.
I'm
Like,
sure.
you know, so when he started, 2 or 3 games later, after he kind of got acclimated, it wasn't even like him trying to get acclimated. He came game one, was like, bro, give me the ball. Give me the ball. You know what I'm saying? So
the first time you met Kobe Bryant on AAU,
our first game.
First game was like, yo, I want the ball.
Coming in, and he didn't even start. You see what I'm saying? But coming in, and I mean, that was just his mentality, and you respected it because we were trying to win, man. That's what it was. And
so you guys went back to high school. So then you do the dream team together.
Nah, we missed. We didn't play.
You didn't play with him on that team.
Nah, I was on 2000. So I
what was the name? Would you always remember the name of the guy from Europe, the 7-footer you dunked over?
Frederick Weiss. Man.
Wait. No, we're gonna get into all the vertical and all that, but at what point you said, yo, I'm just gonna dunk over? Like, what happened? What is it? Did you plan it all day the night before? Like, yo, I'm gonna dunk on that guy? Or it was just a spur of the moment and you just kept flying and you said, fuck it, I'm gonna dunk on it.
So let me see, you got about 1,200 people on here. So I guarantee you, when I tell this story, they're gonna go back and you're gonna look at that dunk a little different. All right, so leading up, first of all, I never thought in my life that I'd be able to jump over a 7-footer. That you know, at that time, that ain't something you think about. You know, obviously when you see it, that jump in people's mind. But it was one of those plays. Dude threw the ball behind his back. I got it. I got a steal. So I'm like, I'm in attack mode. That's what I was. That was my job on the Olympic team. Attack mode. So I get the ball. See the rim, like our team. I mean, you playing on an Olympic team, so everybody can play. Ray Allen out there, he can shoot. Yeah, GP. Who else was on? KG was on the court. Vin Baker. So you have people who can score. So I get the steal. I take 2 dribbles, and I'm just like, boom! I just jump in the air. That's it. It was just off instinct, more so than anything. It wasn't like, oh, I had planned this. It was just like boom, boom, instinct. So I'm like, all right, when I jump. And I attack this rim, either he gonna jump and block it. This is 2000, so I'm coming off the dunk contest. You know, think about 2000. Like I was coming off the dunk.
No, you electrified. We're gonna get to the dunk.
I was feeling, you know what I'm saying? So
you was electrified.
Right. So I didn't really have any fear. You know, I never had fear of if a dude gonna block it or not. Sometimes you block it, sometimes you don't. So I take two dribbles and take off. And then when I took off, all I remember is my forearm right here hitting Buddy like in the chest, in the chin, and that's it, Joe. That's all I remember. So when I get up here, I'm looking at the rim, and you know the NBA, the international paint is wider. So when I jump, I just see a line. I just jump, but I thought I was like, damn, I'm too far. So I'm looking at the rim like, bro, I'm too far. So I forgot about Buddy down here. Dead ass. I forgot about him, so I'm jumping. I'm worried about getting hung. I'm thinking I might get hung and make a Sprite commercial. Like I ain't gonna make it. So if you go back and look at it, I promise you. So when I dunk the ball, I like to dunk the ball with my hands. You know, for those dunkers who on here, I see you, T-Mac. What up, cuz?
T-Mac in here?
Yeah, I see you right there.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, T-Mac.
What up, cuz?
Yeah, baby.
But when you dunk, you know, you want to dunk with your hands. You know, I don't have many days, you know, dunk with your forearms and you know, all this be swollen. So I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna make it. But so if you look, when I dunk, I'm reaching for the rim.
Yeah.
I'm reaching, and I ended up dunking it all forearm, but I'm reaching for the rim like I wasn't gonna make it. So when I actually dunked the ball, I'm like, oh, I made it. I'm cool. Yeah. So what's up, Rod, my boy?
You didn't know you had a 7-footer under you.
Bro, yeah, I mean, nah. So when I dunked the ball, in my mind, okay, when I dunked the ball, I'm celebrating that I made the dunk because I thought I jumped too far. I ain't know I dunked on him. I didn't know I jumped over him. So look,
KG's face was priceless.
So watch this. So all I remember is, like I said, when I hit him, I thought he moved out the way or he fell down. That's the truth. So look, when KG is celebrating me jumping over him, I'm celebrating that I made the dunk.
That you made the dunk. You
Two
thought it
different
was just an
celebrations.
incredible dunk.
It wasn't even the same celebration.
Listen, man, let me tell you something, man.
That's all I was trying. I was just trying to dunk it. I'm trying to get to the rim before him. You 7 feet. I'm trying to get there before you.
Some crazy shit. You know, I'm real tight with AI, and I was there for the championship games in Philly when he was going up against the Lakers. And I was begging AI, dunk on Shaq. Dunk on Shaq. Like, but I mean,
one time, bro.
1 million times, dunk on Shaq. Dunk on Shaq. Dunk on Shaq. This is your thing. AI said, yo, Joe, the man will body slam me into the fucking stands.
Truth. He did it to me. And he
did it to you?
Yes. My second year at the Staples Center, I'm going to take off. All he did was put one arm out, flatline me on the ground. And see, back then, it wasn't no flagrants. You get thrown, like he ain't get thrown out for that. But he flatlined me, bro. It ain't no, it ain't. If you dunking on Shaq,
smoke with the dunking on
you better
Shaq.
get there first. Yeah, you better get to Shaq first.
That's crazy, man. T-Mac in the building, Toronto, man.
Matter of fact, Mac was there when it happened. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he was there.
Toronto.
Yeah.
You guys, you were so dynamic together, man.
Yeah.
You know, T-Mac is your cousin. Why didn't it work out a longevity plan in the T-Dot? Why did y'all break that team up?
Well, it was more so like, you got to think, right, when you coming in the league, especially back then, you want the opportunity to show you can hold your own, you can run a team. It wasn't really like it is like you trying to find the guys to team up with. And I mean, obviously, if you drafted to a team, you know, where you got stars, it is what it is. And I think I felt like, and he did too, obviously, you know, that we were doing good stuff. Like we were trying to just show that, like, first of all, we had just found out we were cousins, not probably 2 years prior to. So 2 years before that. So we get an opportunity to play as family on the court, like having fun. Like I'm learning how the business work through him. We hanging out, like it's easy, like it's seamless for me. And we were just doing what we do. And it came a time like Mac wanted to show that he could be a go-to guy, and he wanted that opportunity. Think about this, bro. If you're in the NBA at 22, 23, whatever, you get the opportunity to go back home to play and be the go-to guy, bro. Like, it don't get any better than that. So, you know, the crazy thing about it is I think we both can admit we got caught up into the media, what they were saying, but it was never even like that. Like, the media tried to pit us against.
T-Mac says, what internal problems y'all had? T-Mac, just text internal problems. He said that the organization was kind of wacky. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was 20 years old.
Yeah.
T-Mac also told me about the time you body slammed Sam Mitchell.
That was late on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sam started.
Vince.
But now,
you know,
like,
I'm gonna interview one of the goats.
So look,
I'm gonna get my tea. I'm gonna get my juice. I'm gonna find out. I've been snooping around like a sniper, cause you know the Fat Joe show different. Like,
right.
We gotta talk that real shit.
Hey, so look, but no, I mean, yeah, leading into it, like Mac was trying to kind of, you know, do his thing. So he right. It was kind of shaky for him, and they didn't give him his just due. And I feel like as things moved along, I mean, like I said, he wanted to be a go-to guy and show who he is and what he means to this league. And we saw when he left what he became.
Mm.
And we talked about it. We were talking about, like, bro, what if the Mac that we know that became a monster and now a Hall of Famer, we kept that together.
That's like Steph and KG. They should have never broke up. And
right,
even
like,
the biggest case of this is Oklahoma, man, when they let Harden go.
Right. Yeah, but like I said, so
like, what if?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was always a what if, and we just like later on. I mean, we're talking about like what could have happened, and we definitely felt like we could have pulled off a chip or two because if we doing what we doing, you just bring another guy in, a role player, really just a solid guy to do what we needed on top of what we had, bro. Like it could happen, but I don't blame him. I don't have a problem with it because, like I said, Matt getting the chance to kind of to go home and play versus dealing with what he was dealing with. Like
he told me a funny story about when y'all was on a plane going to Sacramento. It was like a 6-hour flight.
I already know.
Oakley, Mosey Bowles.
Dale
Tell me
Curry.
that story, Vince. The people don't get to hear. We
Michael
always
Stewart.
wonder what it's like on the private team plane.
So we on the off day. We flying from somewhere. We going out to man. I hope I tell this right. So Matt, help me out. So there you go, right there. He laughing. We going to Sac. We got an off day out there. So we on the plane. We young. Me and Matt. We didn't really drink like that back then. Shoot, really didn't at all. But man, it's bottles passing around the plane. People lit, whatever. They going crazy. They in their mood. And then we get the Sac, like in town, get on the bus. I'm talking about they playing games where if you hold a drink too long, you either got to drink it, take the shot, or whatever it is, or wear it. Point blank. That was Oak's rule. You either gonna take the shot or you got to wear it. So we on the bus, we looking, and one of the dudes on there, Michael Stewart, shout out to Yogi. Yeah, they were drinking Jack. There you go. Shout out to Mike Stewart. So Mike Stewart was on there like holding, like he from Sac too. All right, so he at home like, yeah, okay, I'm at the crib, right? Oak look at him, Oak drunk, he lit, like he's like, hey, bro, you got to drink that or wear that. So he's like, nah, come on. So he played, boom, take it and bah, all over.
He
like,
said Oak threw the whole bottle of Jack Daniels.
That was afterwards. It was the drink first, and he was like, come on, Oak, he wanted to fight. Oak, we like, bro, chill. Like, chill.
Yo, man.
And he was at the crib. Hey, and he had his best suit on. Like, he was home about to see moms. And he had the new suit. Like, he was about to give him everything. And Oak was like, bro, chill. I will whip your ass, blah, blah, blah. So it was cool. It was the crazy stuff. And, everybody had to calm young fella down. Like, Oak, Oak, man. Oak, when you wake up the beast, bro, he with it.
No,
he with it.
Oakley
So it was a crazy story, bro. It was crazy.
Oakley crazy. And so there's a myth or a claim you're the only person who had a 48 vertical like MJ.
I'll tell you the truth. So the combat, I never finished the combat, like the vertical. So I used to, just to go up there and just jump and just see how high I could go and touch. And then once everybody kind of started gathering, wanted to see more, I used to be like, nah, I'm good. Like, it was, so I never actually measured my vertical, to its max. But I will tell you this, in high school, my senior year in high school, and probably my freshman year in college, maybe my sophomore year, but for sure my freshman year, I could touch the top of the backboard.
The top of the backboard.
Yes, and I know you know this name when I say it, Earl Manigault.
Earl the Pearl Manigault out there.
So when the GOAT, like when he was doing that, I was like, bro, like he was jumping up there taking change off the top of the back, yeah, and whatever. So I ain't really have bounce like that, but I was always trying like just to see, just obviously accomplishment. If you jumping past the square, touching the top of the backboard itself, you doing something. So, T Mac said he saw it with his own eyes. Yeah, man.
Said he saw it with his own eyes.
Like what people were seeing in the dunk contest in 2000 stuff. Like, in my opinion, I was jumping higher in high school, in college.
Oh, so you was jumping higher than that?
Yeah, I was touching the top of the backboard in high school.
So sure. When you're doing all this in the dunk contest, fuck it, we gonna go there and talk dunk contest. Yeah. The dunk contest. The dunk contest turned trash for a couple of years, and it wasn't for you, T Mac, and Stevie Francis to bring that type of energy back to the dunk contest. T Mac said you was on his ass. You was telling him every day, join it. Come on, let's get it excited. Let's go. He said you was pumping him up, and you got him enjoy the dunk contest.
Yo, for months, not even weeks, for months, Mac was like, I feel like at first he was like, all right, cool. And then it just like became like he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. Man, I had to beg. I was begging this dude for months. Man, let me tell you, the night of the dunk contest, he did not want to do it.
For real?
He said he's still mad. Hey, bro, that night. So look, we're in the dunk contest. Matt, I'm gonna tell the story. Prior to it, like I don't know if Matt, you remember, we were in San Antonio. This is when I knew he really didn't want it. We were in San Antonio working on some stuff, seeing what we come up with. We throwing the ball all over the gym, catching it, dunking it, doing whatever, crazy stuff. Like that was probably our best show. Fooling around after practice, and then we get to Oakland. We get ready to go over to the arena for our practice time. Our cart is nowhere to be found. They ain't show up. We in Oakland. I'm sorry, we in San Francisco having to go to Oakland. Our car not even there. So we ended up taking somebody else's car so we can get over there on time. We're like, hey, bro, we need to get over. So dude was like, all right, cool, let's go. So he takes us over there. We miss our practice time. So we didn't even get to practice. But, I was like,
let me ask you something. Was you practicing these dunks in front of T-Mac and Steve Francis? Or is it like a secret you don't show them what you do?
Now, Mac saw probably most of the dunks that I did. Like most of the dunks.
He knew you was gonna throw your arm in the ring.
No. I'm about to get to that.
I need that.
That's about to throw you off.
Joprah moment.
That's gonna throw you off. So all the dunks that I was gonna do, once we got into the right before we start the warm up line or whatever, I got out there. I was so hyped, man. I saw all these people and all the peers and all the stars, and just in the moment somewhere I always wanted to be a part of. And I was like, man, this is not gonna work. This is not good enough. It's not good enough. So I'm up there just trying to figure stuff out, whatever. And so the dunks, the first dunk, the reverse 360 windmill, I had done a couple of times, and I was barely making that. So I had scratched that a long time ago. But when I got up there that night, I was like, bruh, I'm about to swing for the fences. You know what I'm saying? And because see, the reason
the adrenaline.
Right. It was crazy. I was on 10,000. Like I was ready. And the reason I wanted Mac there is I knew he could push me, and we can make it a classic because of his ability. He didn't believe that he could win. He didn't believe, or he didn't want to be there. But I'm like, bro, we can make this legendary off the simple fact of what we do in practice, fooling around, and games. Like we were just, we were like, okay, who you trying to dunk on tonight? And I could tell that story too.
We talking about it 20 years later, like it was yesterday.
Right.
So it was legendary. You was right.
I can remember times at games like we were playing in Chicago, and Carnell David, we picked him. He was the chosen one that night to get dumped on, and T-Mac just he didn't want it like these. So, but anyway, it was like that.
I need to know about the arm in the ring.
So that's what I said. So we leave the legendary.
You seen Hollywood. You said, fuck it. This is my moment. I'm going to go bonkers.
Yeah.
At what point was it planned, or was you just in the air and said, fuck it? Because I know where I was at when I seen that dunk.
It was never planned. It was made up that night.
So you said that night, yo, I'm going to throw my arm in the rim? Or you said, or while you was taking off, you said, fuck it, I'm throwing my arm in there.
So the between the legs dunk was made up that night. I saw that. I saw a still picture of a dude doing it, in a magazine, which reminded me. I had done it in high school, fooling around, but not to this extent. They told us, mind you, we were late to the arena, so we missed our practice time. They told us we had to use a teammate in the dunk contest. We like, what? Like, we ain't never, we ain't practiced nothing. We ain't talk about something. We like, all right. So we get out there. I said, Mac, I need you to just bounce the ball, waist height, and get the hell out the way. He's like, what? What you gonna do? Mac, you remember this. The first time he bounced it, it was too high. He's like, bro, what you gonna do? Cuz, like, what you gonna do? I said, just bounce it, waist height, and get out the way. And that's what I came up with. So I made that up that night. The arm in the rim, I was in Gary Payton's game that summer prior in the layup line, jumping into the rim and just putting my arm in and just taking it out, fooling around. So I go up to Catino Mobley. I said, Cat, you remember I was doing in the layup line, putting it, I said, I'm going to try that, but I'm going to hold on. And so that was it. I thought of that right when it was my turn. I was like, all right, I'm going to try to hold on, but I never practiced it. So if you notice, I walked to the rim first. I'm trying to figure out and buy some time, figure out what angle to do it on. I said a little prayer like, Lord, please don't let me fall off this rim and break my arm because I ain't never practiced it. So sweaty arms, you could fall off, all of that. So I walked back. I remember rubbing my arm off. I said, man, here goes nothing. So when I get up there, I just wanted to show people I can jump how high. I mean, jump as high as I can, see my vertical, and then wow the crowd. Like when I put my arm in the rim.
How many times did you rewind that dunk when you got home? How many times did you rewind that dunk and see it over and over and over and over again?
Man, man, that night alone, just seeing it, because I still couldn't believe it. That's the conversation Mac and I had after the shit during the dunk contest. After the dunk contest, I was just like, bruh, that could have gone one of two ways. We could have been talking about this now, and it could have been the other way. Like you could have been like, talk to me about you falling off the rim.
Talk to me about you being a dummy, breaking your arm on it. What was
That's
you thinking?
It. But let me tell you something. I had no fear, man. I wasn't afraid to fail, man. I wasn't afraid to fail. I was just like, bro, this is my chance. I'm on the big stage.
You half amazing. You know why I asked you how many times because that's a historical moment. And every single day, my daughter, she just turned 14. She's the executive producer of the show. But every day she watches, she dances. Every day she watches the Super Bowl of either Beyonce at the Super Bowl or J-Lo at the Super Bowl with Shakira she just watches them. And I remember that night recently in the Super Bowl when J-Lo did the halftime. She came back to the boat. Shout out to Lauren and J.R. Rodiger. They got the biggest yacht in the world. So we threw a party for J-Lo. So she came back with her dances. I watched J-Lo watch that performance for at least about 3 to 4 hours straight. She just stood in front of the TV. A-Rod was like, yeah, baby, you did your thing. But she just kept watching it. I think when you put so much work and it's such a classic moment, you got to watch it. Like, you can't believe it yourself that you pulled it off.
Right. That's how I was when I jumped over the dude in the Olympics, for sure. Like, I couldn't believe when they showed me that for the first. I didn't know. I didn't get to tell it. When I realized I jumped over Buddy in the Olympics, I found out after the game. GP's homeboy had the new small little camera, and he was like, "Bro, look." I watched it 7 times. Like, no, rewind it, really. No, I ain't go. I went by him. No, I actually jumped over him. So that's how that I agree with that 100%. And that's what I was gonna say. So afterwards, I got a chance to take. Dr. J is one of my heroes. I got a chance to take with Doc after the dunk contest, holding the trophy. Like, he was as soon as I walk out, after I hold up the trophy on the court, the first person come and shake my hand was Dr. J. And he was, he's gracious enough to take a picture with me and whatnot. So,
Dr. Dre, Dr. Dre's the greatest, but Dr. J, man, he was different, man.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
He was climbing over these people, and it was like he was playing with kids. Like,
Joe, he was in the building to watching me do my thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it was just like,
I know.
It was one of them moments. So, yeah, for sure, I watched it. I remember sitting with Mac. And, he was just like, bro, I remember like yesterday, the first thing he said, he's like, bro, he's like, cuz, you crazy, man. I was like, what's up? He's like, you crazy. He's like, first of all, you talked me into doing this when I didn't want to do it. But, like, I mean, think about it. Like, the show, people talk about what I did. And there's people who really know what they're looking at, recognize that what Mac was doing and what Steve Francis was doing, that pushed me to do what I had to do, because I knew if I didn't bring it, I don't win that. You know what I'm saying? So I had to bring it, and I appreciate them for it.
Yeah, a lot of times we go up against our competition. Yeah. Sometimes when you see a whack game and you see, say, LeBron and the Lakers, but they're playing the team that ain't got no chance, it's boring. When the competition is at another level, that's when you bring out, like, your A game. Let me ask you something. With the dunk contest and all that, did MJ ever tell you anything in your ear? Did he ever tell you, yo, those dunks were crazy? Did you ever have that type of conversation with MJ?
Later on, later on. And I'm going to tell you when we had it. The night we had DJ Nasty, shout out to him. I see him on there.
Nasty.
The All-Star game in Atlanta. His last All-Star game.
I was there.
Yeah.
In the crowd. I didn't play. I was watching, baby. I was tuned in, baby. I was there.
Yeah, that legendary night because
remember I went overtime. What, 2 overtimes?
Nah, one. The game should have been over right then. You know what I'm saying?
That's one good time. God bless the dead that I hated Kobe, man. Because I wanted MJ to come back and do his thing. Kobe wouldn't let it. He denied him.
Yeah, but that's just the killer that Kobe was. Like, yeah, he the greatest. This is his night, but guess what? I'm still gonna send him off like this. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, like that night we talked about it, and it was cool. Like, you know, just obviously we both went to North Carolina, and obviously as a kid you grow up and everybody watched MJ, especially back then. You know, so having that conversation with him about it, and just him showing appreciation for it. Like, man, you watched that? That's what's up. Appreciate it. So, yeah, for sure, I've had the conversation, but I was focused on, like, he was trying to deflect off of the fact that, so I was leading vote getter that year, and I was a starter, and I was giving MJ my starting spot. MJ would not take it. He was like, nah, you earn this. I'm like, bro, look here. You gonna take this starting spot because they not about to blackball me out the league for you not wanting to start, my guy. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And it was legendary. It could have been anybody. So I read some comments, people like, oh, this because nah, man, he's MJ. He's a legend, point blank, period. He deserves to go out in style. He deserves to be a starter. And I told him, I said, you don't walk out there in the starting lineup, I'm going to be in the back. So they're going to call me out or whatever, or they're going to call you, and I ain't going to be there to start because this is going to be your night, and this is your night. So he finally is like, all right, cool. And then what turned out to be a legendary night, he hit him with the boom, boom, fadeaway, and we tried to end it right there, which it should have been. I know the NBA wanted to, to be correct and like, oh, there's still time on the clock, blah, blah, blah. Nah, man, this is it. So I wish it ended that way. I wish it did, just for the simple fact that that's how it's supposed to go.
That's how it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
Most ferocious dunker of all time, Dominique, Shaq, Giannis, Intempatuco. Who dunks with deadly intent?
I'm gonna give it to Shaq and Neek. Shaq was, because I'm gonna get to Shaq first of all, for the simple fact of when he dunked, he was trying to pull the rim down every time. To the fact that where people like even 7-footers, dudes who would jump with him, they were trying to get out of the way. And I see some people putting like Westbrook, Neek. Yeah, they Westbrook is another one that dunks like crazy. He tried to tear it down, but it wasn't Shaq. Shaq was like, when he dunked, it was a different sound, bro. It was a different sound. You know what I'm saying? I know we got a couple of guys, I know Stack on here.
Now, I seen.
I know Mac in here. They can agree with me. And Neek was doing the same thing, bro.
Oh, yeah. I just seen Animal Planet where they had like 10 lions trying to eat a giraffe, and the giraffe just kept moving and kept moving. But they was hanging on him, the lions trying to bring him down. That was Shaq, man. Shaq would have dunked on 5 guys at the same time.
Absolutely. 100%. Like, bro, it's like he was, I mean, all those dudes that we gonna name, they all, brought fear when it was like, they get by the rim. It's like, you knew once Neek got close to the rim, I mean, what you got a decision to make. You know what I'm saying? And it's one thing, like, when a lot of us dunked the ball, like guys had decisions to make, but like when you make that decision, T-Mac, Kmart's another one, but when you make that decision to go try to block Shaq dunk, bro, like it's not like, I got dunked on. That man might break your finger. He might break your hand.
Blake Griffin coming into the league. Blake Griffin. Remember that?
What about Amari Stoudemire?
Amari and Blake are pretty much the same players to me.
Yeah, but I don't put them. But see, I don't put them on that level of
Dominique and Shaq.
Like, not as far like, and they, like we can name a bunch of guys, but bro, you ain't like, you ain't really gonna make that decision to go block, like, dude.
They keep yelling, Sean Kemp. Let's give Sean Kemp an honorary.
For sure. Like I said, he's another one. I mean, I feel like, so when I say, you said like ferocious, he was ferocious.
No, I'm saying ferocious.
He bodied people, but like when I say, I'm thinking you said the word ferocious, so I'm like Shaq dunking the ball, tearing the rim, and it sounds different. Kemp was dunking on people like Brian, he was over.
I got a good one for you. What do you think overall?
Daryl Dawkins is another one, by the way.
Who?
Daryl Dawkins is another one.
Daryl Dawkins was nasty.
Yeah.
Who do you think? What do you think? What do you envision, without disrespect or nothing like that, Zion's career going in the next 10 years? Like, do you think he's the real deal Hall of Famer, lifetime, one of the greatest?
Like, we can look at the first year and we can say, I mean, there's a lot of players, you can say that after the first year is like, oh, they're destined to greatness, and you just never know. But I will say this. If he continues to mold his body, first off, he has an opportunity to be damn good, and he's going to have to continue to. I mean, he has to continue to learn the game. You could see the growth in his jump shot after his first year from college. Like, if I'm guarding, I'm not giving you the shot. I mean, I'm giving you the shot point blank. I'm not letting you drive. I want you to shoot. But as he develops the confidence to continue to knock that shot down, he becomes a better player. He has the ability to get to the rim. He's one of the most athletic players, who come out of the draft right now, and he will be one of the most athletic players.
Hey, Vince,
but let's just see. We got to see.
Believe the hype. I believe the hype. And this guy, Zion, he a freak of nature, and people just bounce off of him.
Mm-hmm.
He is he is like, I just said the Griselda guys, the rappers, it was like if Wu-Tang and the Lox had babies, right? And to me, Zion is like if Sean Kemp and Shaq had a baby or some shit like that. Like he got that effect like Shaq did, even though he's a baby, he's a kid.
Right.
NBA players are bouncing off of him like nothing.
Right.
And he looking with bad intentions. Like the minute he grabbed him, he's gone.
Yeah.
I believe that.
And you know that. So you make, like, he's another guy, you make that decision. I mean, he got the mentality. He can dunk on you. Like, I mean, I want to see after, his first year, he didn't play that many games. So it's like, I want to see over a course of 82 games how it plays out. You know what I'm saying? And then we can kind of, go from there. Like,
he's going to hurt them. He's going to hurt them, Vince. If
he got to stay.
Because
let's keep it up. Let's keep it up 100. He's carrying a lot of weight.
No, he got to lose weight.
He's carrying a lot of weight.
He got to lose about 15 pounds.
Somebody said that's Zebo and Braun, bro. That's not right. Nah, bro. Larry Johnson maybe, but like carrying a lot of weight.
He got to lose weight.
He got to lose weight because he's carrying a load of a go-to guy, and he, like I said, he's bouncing off of people, but that's going to be the thing. You don't have to keep bumping him. He can't, he can't dunk it all the time if he's tired. You see what I'm saying? Because you keep carrying a lot of weight. Now, to his credit, for what he's carrying, that dude be flying. That's that dude be flying.
Let me take it back, back to the streets. You came out to Harlem, you played at the Rucker. Who brought you to the Rucker? Did you just always wanted to play at the Rucker?
Of course I always wanted to play. Who brought me there? Oh man, who? Oh my God! And I'm looking right up. But look, I'm gonna tell you who mentioned it to me. Charlie Baltimore is the one that was like, "Yo, we going up to the Rucker tonight," because we did a photo shoot back then. That was my rookie year, and she was like, "Yo, what's up?" And then I'm getting in touch. I got in touch with some people, and it rained that day, so we played at the Gaucho.
I went to the Gauchos.
Yeah.
So do you remember the guy you went head up against?
Yeah. Yeah.
His name A Butter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you pretty much made his career. Cause the thing about
bro, he did not miss.
Go ahead, what?
He didn't miss.
He didn't. They ask me all the time, Joe, you at the Rucker, you in the streets. Who would you say should have went to the league? And I always say A Butter. because anybody I brought, if I brought AI to the game, if I brought anybody after the game, they would be like, yo, who's that guy? Like, he should be in the league.
He was fearless.
Right?
He was fearless.
He was fearless. And, to this day, when he walks down the block, he's the guy who went head to head with Vince Carter.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was that like? And, he was a kid.
It was crazy. So I got there a little late and the game was going on and checked in the game. Dude, and I got the first time I was like, bro, let me assess the situation out here. You know what I'm saying? You don't just walk up on somebody and just start playing up close before you be like, all right, you go. I ain't trying to get embarrassed on the first play. So let's see what's going on. And he hit the J. I was like, all right, cool. Let me go down here. And it was just back and forth. And, once he got rolling, I was like, all right, now let me get rolling. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing catch up. And the one thing I love about it, about the Rucker, and it's like I say, every night in the league, bro, you might get done in. Like, it is what it is. And, I'm okay. Like I said, I'm okay with it. But I'll tell you what, man, later on, I was like, man, I don't know Buddy like that. But Buddy can put that ball in the bucket straight.
Yeah,
like
he's
he's
a legend on the
I
street.
say, especially at that time, I say, even if people didn't feel at the time street ballers deserve an opportunity, he deserved an opportunity. Whether he made it or not, you know what I'm saying? It's just, and maybe I don't know what happened if
I got him in college. I got him
I remember that
for Buddy held in Fordham University. But hey, buddy, you like everybody else. He had the hood all in his ear. He was an NBA player without playing in the NBA. So when he walked the streets of Harlem, the girls thought he was handsome. It was just so much distraction. And he's Cameron's cousin. So,
chill,
so he got all that. He running with Dipset.
Chill, right?
But he's still my brother, man. And he's somebody who definitely should have made it to the league, man.
I agree with you. He deserved a shot, man. Because that, when you talk about in the time, like I think of Houston when they had Steve Francis and Catino Mobley, and they were called the ISO boys. I'm talking about isolation and just and Moochie Norris, that group. You know what I'm saying? He was that type of player. He could put the ball in the basket and get to the cup and whatever. Offensively. I don't defense whatever, but offensively, that's what it was. He can keep up. He can score with the best of them. So, I think he definitely deserves a shot.
Let me ask you something. In the league, was there ever a team that you said, yo, you know what? If I went in that team, I could win some championships with this team right here. Like Mark Jackson was on here, he said that when he left the Knicks, he was watching Indiana play and Reggie Miller, and they lost to the Bulls. And he was like, if I was on that team, we would win a chip. And then he got traded to Indiana, and they went to the finals. Mm-hmm. Was there ever a team that you was watching, you was like, man, I wish I could go on that team. We would win some chips.
So in the early years, you got to think Spurs, then it was the Lakers, who were doing it. I got to the Nets, who went back-to-back years, and I got there the next year. But yeah, there was like, especially in the beginning, it's like, ooh wee. But let me say this: it's a different time. You look at teams now. There's so many opportunities. Back then, I think Matt was on. Matt, you on here? You would agree with me. It's like back then, there's teams that you want. You say, if I go there, we can win. But at the same time, you wanted to accomplish that yourself on your own team. Matt went to Orlando to accomplish that feat. He wanted to become a champion. It was his team in Orlando. I wanted to accomplish that in Toronto, and then obviously we move on New Jersey and so on and so forth. So it was hard to really put yourself on another team like, ooh, I want to go in, you know what I'm saying, play there, because that's not what it was like. That wasn't the mentality back then.
Yeah, New Jersey Nets, you went with J. Kidd and
Richard Jefferson.
Yeah, Richard Jefferson, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Richard Jefferson, a good guy. What was that like leaving Toronto, going to New Jersey? Was it like, I'm in New York, I'm in New Jersey? What was that like?
It was crazy, man. Obviously with all that went down. And when the trade actually happened, I was still injured. I had an Achilles issue, so I got to Jersey, and they were playing. Well, after the trade, the first game was against Toronto. In Toronto, I didn't play. I didn't play that game because I was still hurt. So I was out for 5 games before I actually played. And I remember my first practice back. J Kidd was like, "So don't I'm gonna test the waters and see how high you jump." I said, "All right, cool." First practice, he throws a lob, top of the square, out there, whatever. First game, he throws one that floats up to the, top of the backboard, and I'm trying to go get it. And he was like, "Okay, I see." Kerry Kittles, I see people. Kerry Kittles wasn't on that team. He's like, "Okay, I see you trying to."
Kerry Kittles was a good.
I see people say Kerry. See Kerry Kittles, Kenyon Lucius.
Did you play with
they all left. They were all gone when I got there. So it was like J Kidd, Jock Vaughn was there, Jason Collins, that squad. So
Keith Van Horn on your team.
He was already gone. No, he was.
I like that guy. I used to like this game.
Yeah, but J Kidd was like, "Bro, we gonna see what's good." So he was just throwing me lobs everywhere, right? It was like whatever. And I was trying to get it. So I mean, let me tell you, bro. The one thing about playing with, he's a Hall of Fame point guard, bro. He could see the game develop before you, the player, saw it. So he made the game. Just imagine, bro. Like if you playing in the game right now, and you feel like, okay, I don't fit in, but you got somebody that can throw you the ball in position where all you gotta do is catch and score, bro. It doesn't get any better.
No. He was smart. His IQ was out of this world. J Kidd. That's why they still got him coaching and all that. Like, how about you?
Unbelievable mind. Unbelievable mind.
Are you thinking about coaching or commentating, or what do you think?
I definitely want to do the broadcasting. Coaching right now, yeah. T-Mac said Van Horn.
So you want to do the commentating?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely, that's the plan for now. And then maybe a couple years down the road, maybe something comes up and me and T-Mac might end up coaching the team together. Imagine that.
T-Mac.
Hey, first of all,
my guy,
Matt couldn't be nobody coach, bro.
Let me tell you something.
We get fired.
T-Mac, my guy, he put me on to get money and everything. He hit me up and be like, "Yo, Joe, I know this lick." I'm like, "All right, T-Mac, let me know. Open the gates."
Right.
T-Mac, my brother. Listen, bro, I want to thank you. I want you to know that we know, the people know, you're one of the greatest of all time.
Appreciate it.
Probably the greatest dunker of all time. We appreciate you for 23 years, 22?
22, yeah.
22 years of service, man.
Yeah, bro. It ain't happening.
Huh?
Are we trying to give me another year? It ain't happening.
Nah. I mean, 23, it fall on that Jordan, that MJ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I don't know.
Nah.
Season was cut short. Maybe your knees feel better.
I feel great.
I don't know. I mean, I'll take the check,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I want to salute you, tell you we love you, man. We appreciate you. Everything you done for us, man. You helped us get past good times, bad times. And we love you, my brother, for everything you done for the people, the culture.
Appreciate you, bro.
I can leave you with this story that we seen today. Everybody been talking about Ahmaud Arbery, the kid from Atlanta who got shot while he was jogging. Do you want to leave us with any words, of encouragement or?
Man, this is a scary day and time. And, we as people, we want to move about on how we want to move. But, at some point, we got to, hold people accountable for their actions. And I hope, we find justice for him as well as all of the others who were slain and murdered senselessly. Because like I say, if we don't stop it now, it ain't gonna happen. And we always gonna fall short, and we can always sit here and say what ifs and how can we, but we just gotta keep banding together and finding a way, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes it feel like we talk and nobody listening, but if we stop talking, they damn sure ain't gonna listen, and nothing will never happen, you know what I'm saying? So I just say to all the people who are here and everybody else, man, like we just got to keep spreading the word and keep making sure like we get justice, man. We do things the right way. And sometimes like, what is the right way? I know we sit there and say, what is the right way? But something got to be done, and our voice got to continue to be heard, man. That's it. We just
the
got to
right
keep.
way is what we see in the social media today and in the news. The right way is the people protesting in front of these murderers' houses, and just bring awareness. And if we're gonna vote Joe Biden in, I'm not so mad at Diddy. I'm going Joe Biden because I definitely don't want no Trump, right? But you know, the black vote can't be free. The Latino vote can't be free. So we got to know what kind of agenda. What is he going to do? I know they got to deal with Corona. They got to deal with foreign affairs. They got to deal with the economy. But locally, something has to be done where how these police officers, what they're doing to our people out there. And I got a lot of friends that are police officers that I love, that are honest people. But yes, you're right too. I seen somebody say vote, vote, vote. The truth is, guys, I don't care who you like. You don't want to see 4 more years. So you better go in there in that booth and you better go vote. Vote like it's no tomorrow.
Joe, we can't say, this is one thing we can't say, my vote don't matter. Because
my vote matter.
No, I'm saying we can't say that. Like, no, we can't say that because with a collective group saying my vote don't matter. I'm just one of whatever. But just imagine how many people out there saying that, and it got to be done. You know, one thing Matt Barnes did say, I saw him say, like, you know, outside of us speaking out and doing internally, the police got to hold, you know, their partners and their, you know, these guys accountable for their actions too. And I know it's a reach, but at the same time, bro, like we can't not talk about it, and we can't not press on. We got to keep pressing the button, just like what we do. Like when, you know, like hustlers, like we hustling, like we got to keep hustling, bro. We got to keep saying, but this needs to be done until our voices are heard. And we know it. We don't get a fair game. We ain't playing a fair game. We ain't playing on the same playing field. I know that. We know that. But if we stop talking, if we stop like making each other aware, it ain't gonna matter, man. Like, so we gotta just keep pushing, bro. I'm with it.
See, my thing is, some people say, yo, I don't like Joe Biden, or I don't like this, I don't like. So they talk about the Corona. It was the 5G. Yo, it was man-made. Yo, bro, what I know is you got to stay in the house or your ass getting Corona. I don't care who did it. I don't, you know. So if it's fuck Biden, then what you say, vote for Trump or don't vote and let Trump win, and then we get mad that we ain't go vote.
Yeah.
So my thing is, people, you got to get out there. You got to vote. First you got to register to vote.
So,
then you got to vote.
Yeah.
And
hey, real quick before you say it, we can't be mad with the results if we ain't vote. You the person, if you ain't vote, you can't be mad with the results.
Yeah, you can't be mad. I mean, I know when Obama went, man, I was on the line for like 4 hours in the sun, 90 degrees in Miami. Like, yo, and we got to have that same type of energy. Yeah. Because if not, these type of things is going to keep happening to us. Yeah. And
happening to
the result of it. You know, I believe if Biden or Obama was in office, we would have prepared better for this pandemic. We had 2 months to prepare for this pandemic.
Yeah.
2 months.
Yeah.
Jump start. They ain't take it serious. They was worried about the stock market.
Yeah.
And now, if you're telling people we don't have the vaccine yet, people still dying, but everybody's saying they got to work. So they said, go work. Well, just know, whoever gonna die, gonna die. And most likely it's Black and Latinos, because we got diabetes, asthma, so forth and so forth. So just know, them telling us go outside mean
right, T-Mac.
press your luck.
Yeah.
What T-Mac said.
He said, shoot, he said Kobe will still be here too.
Kobe still be here too.
What's Matt crazy?
God bless Kobe.
Yeah,
yo,
man.
My brother, I love you, Vince, man. Thank you for coming on here, man.
Hey, I want to say one more thing, man. Like, hey, I gotta say God bless my man Kobe, bro, cause you know it's we didn't talk much about it. Obviously, you know, we compare him to MJ all the time. It's great to see. It was great to see the fierce competitor that he is. Well, that he was. He's shown. And for the people that hated him for so much because of his competitiveness, to see once his last game was over, how many people loved him, man. And
No, I hated Kobe Bryant.
right. And see
bro,
how many
when he died, a piece of me died. Like Michael Jackson. Like I was like, you know, I might have posted Kobe about 20 times that day. People must have thought, yo, Joe clout chasing or something. Like, yo, I could not believe Kobe Bryant died.
So how about this? Check this out. That was my birthday. My birthday. We had a game that night, and walking into the arena, we getting ready for the game, and we having our team meetings, and my phone blowing up, popping up. Either it's happy birthday or bro, did you hear about Kobe? You hear about Kobe? What about him? What about him? I had just talked to Buddy 2.5 weeks ago, and we had a conversation about like how happy he was in retirement and how great his life was, and he was just the happiest he's ever been. And for me, that was great to hear because he was like I said, a fierce competitor, and to see him so happy, he's like, bro, I'm so happy, man. My life is good right now. He's like, retirement's gonna be able to articulate the word retirement, because I never said it until that conversation. He's like, bro, we're gonna get back on the phone, we're gonna have a conversation, I'm gonna tell you how I handle it, you're gonna be fine, life's gonna be great. And then on my birthday, receiving that message, man, it was kind of one of the craziest moments ever. And that'll stick with me forever, because like I said, I couldn't celebrate or appreciate my birthday. And for the next couple of years, it's his day more so than mine. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to just say that, we love him, man. And it was crazy. It was crazy.
My phone went over. They know how much I love the game, so my phone went off.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, yo, Kobe died, but Kobe died, but Kobe died, but Kobe. I was like, oh my God, this shit cannot be true. Then I said, it's true. And once I saw that it was true, I was like, oh my God. Like, I couldn't believe that shit, man. It was horrible. Like I said, it was like Michael Jackson. When Michael Jackson passed away, I heard it on the radio. I had to pull my car over.
How about this? I got traded to Orlando that same day. It's crazy. Like two of the most significant people, like in our time, in their obviously in the respective business. I was traded to Orlando. I'm getting a chance to play at home for the first time. We excited. Hour later, we hear MJ pass. Like, what? Like, how crazy is that, bro? So it's like it's been crazy, man. Some people like,
yeah, man. It's
so 2020 has been
oof.
been crazy.
This coronavirus, man, is killing all our people. I'm from New York, and it's just every day I hear somebody new that died, somebody new died, somebody new. I done heard about 30, 40 people that died in the last 2 months. And the shit crazy, man. The shit crazy, but people gotta really know, be safe, social distance, man. Stay home, man, because you put your family.
Stay home, please, man. Like, and if you got to be out, like I was told by the doctor I spoke to, she said, the one thing, pass the word on, if you're going to be out, don't gather, keep moving. You know what I'm saying? She said the worst thing that we can do is gather. You know what I'm saying? Don't stay still, keep moving. So I just say, man, if y'all can't stay home, you got to be out, keep moving. Don't gather and sit around. Like that's the worst thing can happen.
All right, my brother Vince Sanity. Thank you so
pleasure,
much.
Man.
We love you, man.
Man.
Vince Carter, bro.
Yes.
Vince Carter, boy. Eric B, what's up? Love you, Eric. Vince Carter. I just wanted to give him his roses. Not that he needed it, because he's rich as hell anyway. But, he's somebody that I love on the court. He gave us 22 years. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I think he's coming back. By my conversation with him right now, I'm not sure he's ready to leave the game. I'm not sure he's ready to leave the game. And I'm not going to lie to you. If he could further the legacy and the longevity and they're gonna pay him that $2-3 million, I don't care. He could come back. Everybody put God first. Tomorrow night, Thursday, Throwback Thursday, we got your man Teddy Riley and Breon coming on Thursday. It's gonna be a big, 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 big show. Peace, y'all. God bless.